Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman, you know that vibe. I'm here with one of my favorite guys. It's Father's Day, and we got him in the house, Bam. So, man, can you give us a Father's Day shout out to the fellas out there, man? Damu's Keyways and essays.
I really miss every father on earth, man. Happy Father's Day. Hope you're enjoying your day. You know.
Man, I appreciate that, Bam. You know what I mean? So, cause this being a day, today is actually summer, first day of summer, right?
Yeah, I ain't for sure, but it's been acting like last week it was so hot. You know.
So how's that heat treating you, brother?
It ain't treating me good, but I'm accepting it.
Okay. So, Bam, let's get right into it, man, because there's a lot of stuff we got to cover and there's stuff we haven't covered. And I believe that the more I talk to you, the more you open up, the more you can better explain to the Damus and Keyways and essays the circumstances, the phenomena known as the gangbang. And you being one of the guys at the forefront of it that has participated from every level and every aspect, being that you was a soldier, you was also in the prison, doing whatever that program is, that structure, under a structured environment. And that structured environment, what has it really taught you, Bam, to where you're applying today in the streets?
Talking about shit from water, man, shit from bullshit. It also taught me, man, that it's a time in your life where you got to grow. You must grow. Instead of being always trying to be a problem, you must be the solution. I mean, if I had my life start all over again, would I be a gang member? No, because I did my race a disfavor by being a gang member. However, I don't regret ever being a banker. I don't regret being a crook. But now gangbanging has taken a new avenue that ain't cool. Because we didn't think our kids might end up being gang members, right? Now we got kids. Crips got sons that's Damus got sons that's Keyways. And that can become ugly if something happens to them, detrimental. And it really ain't cool. And for people that's calling themselves triple OGs, double OGs, and they encouraging their homeboys' sons to be a banger, or how to elevate their bangers by doing this, putting in work, and doing that, that means they ain't respecting their homeboy. You understand what I'm saying? This ain't TV, this ain't colors, this ain't South Central. This is real life TV out here, man. This is reality, Melly. We got to, it's too much violence. Black folks, we killing each other. That got to stop. We got to find some type of solution to bring peace amongst Keyways and Damus. You feel me? It got to stop, man, because it's a sad feeling.
What does the hip hop community play? What role do they play in everything you just said, Bam?
They perpetuate this. Because you get some of them hip hop dudes, it's trying to claim the fame of being from a neighborhood, either Keyway hood or a Damu hood, and they ain't even from there. And DJ Quick said best. You got motherfuckers in St. Louis claiming the 60, they don't even know what Crenshaw at. You feel me? You know, you get dudes saying they from front hood in another state. If you from front hood and you're from another state, don't put a G on none of that. Or O on none of it but original front hood, because you can't be a G if you don't know what front hood is at. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we got to get this. That hip. Now I love hip hop music. I love to hear Kevin Gates, Smoke, we all of them, right? I ain't like some DJ Quick music shit, but we got to learn how to put things in perspective. We got to learn how to decipher the real from the fake. And most people ain't getting that right now. You feel me? Everybody want to point the finger at what somebody else is doing wrong. We really need to look in the mirror and see who's doing wrong. You know, people, words manipulate. Words create wars. Words can also stop wars. That's what we got to learn.
So it's a lack of communication?
It's a lack of communication. There's never a platform to something happen. See, if somebody choke like now, everybody, how they talking about the homie monster. You wasn't talking about him the way you're talking about him now until something happened to him. So what we gonna do to honor him? Just pay homage to him like, oh yeah, I love these interviews. No, pay homage to him. If you say Monster was for peace, well, let's create peace. Don't use him to try to be on the video. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like the other day, I was looking at a video, and it hurted me when I was hearing this girl talking about she Crip Connie wasn't our homegirl. that hurted me. No, you ain't hurt. Stop selling yourself.
Did you even know this person, Bam?
No. I met her.
And you knew Crip Connie. Matter of fact, I had a picture that I'll drop in the link, right?
Yeah, I knew Crip Connie, the real Crip Connie. So we got to understand that most people is grabbing a hold of shit and they lying. When it's cool to tell the truth. It's uncool to lie.
So do you think hip hop perpetuate this because they do a lot of lying on there?
Yes, they do.
So other individuals outside of that can do it?
Now, I ain't saying all hip hop rappers.
No, that's not what we're saying.
Yeah, that ain't what I'm saying.
Nothing is ever 100%.
Yeah, but you get some dudes, they glorify some shit. You get Lil Wayne saying shoot whoop, and I ain't never seen him in the neighborhood. You feel me? Get Chris Paul talking about he from Fruit Town. I think I can get caught up in Fruit Town. Don't nothing happen to me, but if he get caught over there, something might happen to him. You feel me? These dudes is claiming these neighborhoods and they ain't from there. Because you know a dude or you paying your way to be associated with a dude don't mean you from there. That's what I'm saying when I feel hip hop is perpetuating the problem and they don't have to. You feel me? They ain't invite nobody. These are some people that can help people. You get these celebrities, these hip hop cats claiming hoods and homies is dying from these neighborhoods. Yes, their families got to have car washes in order for them to bury them. But if you got these celebrities claiming your hood, what is celebrityism at? Why you ain't reaching out to the homie family saying, hey, here, I can cover all this. This was my home.
I think that the aesthetics of hip hop and celebrityism has emerged into the gang culture or the Kiwe Damu SA culture or the tribal culture, and they like the fact that they can wear the chains and wear the same type of clothes and look like, you know what I mean, they actually are in celebrityism, but at the same time, they're two separate things going in two separate directions.
In a real way. In a real way. You couldn't have said it no better. You know? So I look at it, it's like, I want peace, man. Every other day we hearing somebody is dying over some senseless bullshit. Every other week we hearing this. And it's becoming embarrassing, hurtful. It makes a person sit back and tears come out my eyes. Because I got to hear about what didn't happen. Just now, and it's sad when these innocent kids is getting shot in this. You feel me?
Yes.
Then you get dudes that want to destroy a mirror of a brother that did more for the community than anybody else. And they think it's cool to go live and say they did this to the mirror. So
what are the tools that the youngsters should be using to separate themselves from the ancestral trauma that created out of the 70s?
The tools they need to let's get, man, is this. First of all, man, if you got a homeboy, you consider him a G and you respect him enough to understand what he's trying to tell you. That we done made the mistakes that we know y'all shouldn't have to make no more. I done already ran into the wall, so there's no need in you running into that same wall, because I'm finna show you a better way. You ain't gonna never get paid for having a blue rag in your pocket or a red rag in your pocket. You must have a career.
No 401k come with that.
Listen to me. But at the same time, if you got a reputable homeboy, and he doing bad, and he homeless, and you doing good, to me, you're a foul individual if you're not assisting your homie that paved the way for you to even claim what you represent. We must find something for these youngsters to do, because our only way out the ghetto is not sports. Obama showed you that. Obama showed a brother that we can become presidents now.
I think we have many talents, man.
But some of us don't realize the potentials they got within themselves. Because it was a time in my life I didn't realize the potentials I had in myself. It took people that I love, my family members, to show me that some of my good friends, right? And we got to learn, man, how to utilize each other, but in a positive way. You understand what I'm saying?
I witnessed your creativity and your charismatic,
So,
your charismatic self, that where you speak, you eloquently articulate these stories, man, because these guys are so, they caught up, they hang on to every word, man, because
you got me, now I really want to cry, because now we on some real sensitive shit, because we ain't talking gang shit. I got great nephews, I don't never want to give them the experience, but what I've experienced their life, because they couldn't help it. they can't handle, just like that for everybody. Everybody can't handle being in prison, man. So when you gangbang, there's only two things gonna come: prison or death. Now, which one you choose? Your destiny is what you choose. It ain't about who's the hardest, because you don't never lose the scariest dude from the neighborhood. You always lose the one you love from your neighborhood the most. You feel me? I done lost homies, man, from every clique. I got homies that's down moves I done lost, and I wish they wouldn't have never got killed. You feel me? But when I look at comments on videos you do to me, I hear dudes ask me, say, man, can you do an interview with Stanley Pitts? My heart swell up. Because this is one of my childhood friends, even though we represent totally different things. You understand what I'm saying, Melly Mill? It's
But that relationship is so strong and that bond is genuine, Bam. So people don't understand your connection to this man that you have that's greater than the blue or the red. It's greater than that.
I mean, because men's going to represent each other. They're going to represent reality, not falsehood, reality. You know, sometimes I sit back and I look at the other videos and I hear these dudes and they call themselves G's. And this ain't no disrespect to nobody. But if you ain't no, you can't be no G if your hood is from another state. Cripism, Damuism started in California, preferably Los Angeles and Compton and Watts. If you're not from one of them cliques, you can't be no G. You can't be 50 years old calling yourself a G if your hood only been out 15 years. You feel me? That's humanly impossible in our nature and in the culture that we live. Now, I ain't taking nothing from these brothers, and these brothers are selling themselves on the concept, oh, I'm an OG. You're 50 years old, you ain't an OG or nothing. You feel me? And these brothers need to get off these videos and they lying to these people.
They suffer from being information poor, information malnutrition. They have the inability to articulate the story in which the way you do it, because you started from the early 70s.
Man, 71.
You went through decades. You went to the 70s, 80s, 90s, millennium, and now we're here in 21 where you speak in total peace, and you're doing it in a passionate and unique way, because for a grown man, you a grown man, and you was a. They told me, Bam, you was the littlest nigga on the yard, but you had, you know, you was one of the niggas like my boy Whiskey, both of you niggas had the biggest knives on the yard.
And we had to have that. We had to have that based on how we was taught. You see, I was taught, man, you ain't got no pistol, you got a keyway, a keystone in here. So learn how to use a keystone like you use the pistol. You feel me? But when I look at some of these videos, I ain't talking about the brothers up out of LA. Now, I love how my brothers out of LA speak. I'm talking about some of these dudes. And I ain't even mean to say no name, man. This dude, Charleston White, got a bad habit of disrespecting keyways and now moves out of Los Angeles.
He don't understand the culture, man.
Please don't, he ain't got to do that. We didn't create this monster just like he did. But I ain't seen that nigga kill no police, slap no police, no Klansman, but yet he want to sit up and say what Keyways and Namus is doing. That what we need to be doing. What he need to be doing with his platform is saying, let me bring some of these brothers out of LA to a table to see if we can create peace universal. You feel me? Let's see if we can have ceasefire all over in all black communities. Now, if he ain't willing to have that, he need to get off the goddamn video.
Well, first of all, Bam, he lacked the tonality, and he actually, in the phraseology in which he used the expressions and explain himself, he just doesn't have it, man, because he's using the same cesspool to speak to brothers, which he's talking about. They don't go together, man. Yeah. You got to stand outside of that, because it is a cesspool, right?
It is, man. You know, sometimes we do each other disfavors by trying to assassinate each other's character. That ain't what I'm trying to do with that brother, right? It's just that some of the things he said I take personal.
No, you're speaking right, because the brother lack impulse control, man.
I talk to my young homies, and I tells them some of the things I used to do I wish they never would be doing. It ain't cool, right? But they say, as I was growing up, I was always one. Taught this. Each one teach one. We do what we see. We grew accustomed to what we used to doing. But as you grow, growth brings about change. All change ain't good. You got to determine what's the good from the bad. You got to learn how to really decipher the good from the bad. Today is, I ain't talking about a long table meeting. I'm talking about a meeting of the minds. Let people sit down and let's come up. I guarantee you, if we can create jobs for these youngsters, gang banging go down at least 35%. Killing go down at least 15% if we can create jobs for them. But when they go in these systems and these people's telling them, oh, you got a record, you'll never get a job. So they ain't telling when you get out if you've been locked up 10 years, when you get to the application.
That's because one system feeds the other, Bam.
Yeah, but we got to learn how to feed each other the real system.
Right.
The real truth.
Right, the people.
You feel
the
me?
flesh and blood.
And that's not what we're doing.
Right. Because the institutions are set up for us to fail.
Exactly. They designed for us to fail. So we got to be, what Larry Mule would say on the Get Aboard's Resurrection, see, I'm one of them rebellious niggas. I'm going to wiggle my ass, you just ain't going to stick your dick up to me. I'm going to wiggle my, I'm one of them rebellious.
Talk that shit, man. Talk that shit,
What,
man.
as black men, that's what we got to start doing with each other. We got to be rebellious to a system that's designed to be against us. You understand what I'm saying, Melly Mill? Because you beat the system when you learn how to stand up and believe in yourself and represent yourself. When you can show these people, fuck my past, man. Regardless of my past, I'm still gonna grow. All right? I found out I couldn't get it with this pistol.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I found out I couldn't get a paycheck with this blue rag or this red rag in my pocket. Well, I'm willing to go to work every day. You willing to give me a job? I can show you I know how to pull my pants up. I can show you I know how to talk, be articulate when I talk to you. No, sir. Yes, sir. Are you willing to give me a try? Because I'm willing to give myself a chance. See, most of us didn't want to give ourselves a chance, so that's why we never went to the job.
So what do you say when they say you look like you angry?
I tell them, man, don't judge a book by its cover.
That's right, man. That's right.
Open the book and read it.
Right.
Do I have to do, is I'm entitled to be angry? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Righteous indignation.
But don't judge me because you might not see me smiling. Man, what man or woman ain't happy when they wake up the next morning? That's the blessings, that's the biggest blessing of the day.
Bam, I tell people all the time, once I wake up, anything else can be negotiated.
You feel me? So hey man, as long as I know I can wake up in the morning, I got to say thank God and smile with that.
Man, that's awesome.
When you see me smiling literally or not, I'm still happy. But don't judge the book until you read it.
So Bam, I want to get into this too, man, because you talk about the youngsters and you actually have a direct connection. You speak to us about how you talk to Redbird and L. Loke and some of the younger individuals that's up under you, because you do this on a daily basis. Because I've talked to you, I said, man, I just got off the phone with Redbird. I just got off the phone with L. Loke and other youngsters, right? Talk to us about that. Well, how's that important?
Redbird, it's like my nephew. Man, him just talked this morning. He was going to the cemetery, put some flowers on Big Bay's daddy gravesite, right?
Rest in peace, Bay Rob.
Yeah, I talked to L.O., wish him happy birthday. And when I talked to him and Iceland, man, we have a grown man's conversation.
This real big homie shit right here.
We have a grown man conversation about, because I'm the big homie. It ain't no big U's, little me's. We equal in this conversation. They grew up, they sharpened my tools just as well as I'm sharpening theirs. We can tell each other what's being wrong, what you might be doing wrong. And we accept that, because see, most men, I ain't gonna say brothers, most men don't know how to accept constructive criticism. If you learn to see constructive criticism, only come out of love. It don't come from no other place. It only comes up out of love. But don't nobody know you can't give you constructive criticism. That's my belief. You understand what I'm saying? When I talk to Redbird, man, we can have a conversation. We might have been thinking we just be on the phone 2 minutes. We end up having a 2 hours conversation.
That's awesome.
Same with L.O., same with Ice, same with T-Tuck. We had these long, lengthy conversations, and we feel exhilarating at them. You know, we just got high on each other.
You just explained the importance of building rapport and establishing a relationship, and being a continuous.
Communication. Real communication, not no fake shit. Real communication, a real bond. Like, if I talk to my homie Bone, it's the same way. Me and Christy texting, it's the same way. Like me and
Explain who Christy is.
Chrissy is one of my little homegirls, man. I love her to death. Right? That's my baby. And
she has a real spiritual side to her.
Yeah, oh, sure, dude. She can send me a text and it makes my day. If I'm angry, it takes me out my anger. It put me back in a cool, calm, collective position, and I'm happy. She lifts my spirits. My homies does that. I can stress out and call Ice Redbird or T-Tuck, and they calm me down. Right out, they can calm me down and make me see the bigger picture.
Right off too?
Yeah, they makes me see the bigger picture, right? Because we're not trying to tear each other down, we're trying to build each other up. So I'm tired of people saying they love me and they ain't willing to assist me. And I ain't talking about financially. Sometimes I need that spiritual.
Emotional, spiritually, physical.
I need that spiritual food. Give me that food of thought. Give me something to make you sit back and say, like Cindy always say,
How many times we talk, Bam, you and I?
Man, you talk every day. 2 and 3 times a day. Lengthy, long conversations, and it goes from sports to politics to hood shit. Right? And this is what we got to learn to do with each other. We got to learn how to build each other up without tearing each other down. Because when we tear each other down, we're doing a disfavor to one another and doing the white man a favor. Simple as that. Okay, well, nobody said it. You feel me? The white man love to see us going at each other. And he be sitting in this little $1 billion office doing that. I told you the niggas is like that.
So, Bam, back to we had 3 of our loved ones that passed away. 1 from the H-Ray tribe, 2 from the Santana tribe. And you pretty much been around all 3. And, you know, if you care to share your experience with
Cody, Master Cody Siddiqui. That was also a homie of mine as well as my comrade, ex-CCO member. Turned himself around. And I said this in the Kev Mack video. If it wasn't for Master Cody, a whole lot of
shout out to Kev Mack.
A whole lot of Christian Bloods would have never wrote a book, and Kev Mack said that's a fact. He wrote a book, and everybody else started writing them after. Dogo,
aka Whiskey,
DeWitt Johnson. Me and Trevor was like this, me and Whiskey was like this in the pen. We never had a chance to kick it with each other on the streets. We was missing each other. And when I heard my homeboy pass, it bothered me. It hurted me. Because me and Whiskey listened to me, man. That was my road dog. Whiskey used to call me Bumpy Johnson. They was a big little roll for bass. He used to call me Bumpy Johnson.
Bumpy Johnson. Bumpy Johnson was an influential individual.
Yeah, we sit on the yard, we drink. They said, look at Bumpy Johnson. Whiskey gave him that name in a little roll. Tiger from Santana. My little homie, as well as my ex-brother-in-law. The little brother that turned his life around. Gave his life to God. And this shit get emotional. He made his 2 sisters, big sisters, niece and poo-poo, proud of him, nigga. And God just took him too early. He should have had enough time to show the world, because I was impressed. I was looking at one of Niece's live videos with her brother. And our Tiger was saying family first. He got himself together and he was living life. He learned how to live life. And that's what I'm learning. That's why I'm always at peace with myself.
Bam, you're doing a great job with it, man.
Well, sometimes it's difficult, Melly.
I understand that. I understand that.
You know, today I miss my dad, man. It's Father's Day. I miss shit on my father, man.
Shout out to Bam's pops.
You know,
rest in peace. Mr. Headsman.
My homeboy Shannon posted Mr. Randall on Instagram. His grandfather dead. I commented. I said, "Now that's my triple OG, Mr. Randall, because he one of the old men that raised me in my neighborhood. You feel me?" And this is a day, man, we supposed to honor the fathers. As black men, there's some strong black people. The black woman is a strong black woman. And we need to learn how to honor each other.
So when you was behind that wall, spending Father's Day behind the wall, you had Aunt, you had Suma, you had Marcellus, and you had Heron. Am I correct? If there's anybody else you want to include, you can. What was that like? I mean, just from a behind the wall experience.
And man, I remember one time Big Aunt wrote me and told me Happy Father's Day in prison. And they might find that strange. But that's cripping and grown manism at its best. When your homie can write you and say, man, Happy Father's Day. Yeah, Happy Father's Day to you too. Now I got homies sitting up in the feds like Don Juan from the China Slip. From my hood, man, I wish them dudes could be home with their kids today and enjoy their Father's Day. You feel me? Now you got some dudes that know what being a father was, right? Because they never had a chance to get the true essence of what fatherhood was. See, any man can make a baby, but a real man gonna take care of their child. And I can honestly say, 98% of my male friends is good fathers. And I just like to send shouts out to like my brother, my cousin Big Ollie, Little Ollie, dudes like Snook, L.O., you feel me, Greg Jenkins now, Frank Van now. You know, these is dudes I knew took care of their kids. They great fathers, Mac Washington, Bodine now, you feel me, Raybo.
Lascelles, Larry James.
And the Boogie, if he was here, you feel me? So, you know,
David Cole. Did you know David Cole?
David Cole low-key raised me too.
Okay.
David Cole OG, man. That's the big homie.
Right.
You feel me? David Cole grew up with all
What about
my
David
brothers.
Scott?
That's my big homie too. You feel me? David Scott was, you know,
Shout out to David Scott.
that was one of the big homies, man. Dave taught me how to walk them yards. So yeah, Dave taught me how to walk that yard in my eyes, little homie carried himself.
This is an awesome video, man, because you went from emotional to happy to just
I'm still
melancholy.
emotional. I
Yes.
someone to do
I love it. I think you're one of the best people that really comes across really well. And this is why I had these conversations with you, Bam, because you really are tapped into what your feelings is as a man. You know what I mean?
Man, my daddy told me a long time ago it's all right for a black man to cry. I want to also send a shout out to like my uncle Buddy King, twin of that. That was like my second father, Buddy King, uncle, man. I miss him. Hey, think this was turn out like this, no better. But I'm in a good mood, don't get me wrong.
No. This is awesome, Bam.
I had some role models in my life that was awesome. So my father was my hero. My idol was alive, twin and big brother, my cousin. Because he showed me in my generation and his generation what a man can be. You can gang bang, but get away from it. Get married, have kids, send them to college, and live your life. And I learned that through him. I learned that looking at my big cousin, Greg Ralph. Man, his childhood sweetheart. That's like my big sister, even though that's my big cousin, Diane. Same with Big Hoppy wife. My cousin, no Peaches, them, they raised me, they knew me when I was just, man, this little boy. But when I see my cousin on videos with their kids, little cousin, it makes my day. I want to send another special shout out to my nephew-in-law, young Ron, man. This man, great, raised 4 boys to the T. My niece, Tanika, couldn't have picked, God couldn't have blessed her with a better husband. This little brother, I learned some shit from him, but he younger than me. He don't even know he taught me some shit. You feel me? I seen some shit my little homie Dirt did, man. This dude, his son just graduated. Dirt had the Chinese people there cooking some shit up. I was like, damn, I wish
Dirt Diggler.
Yeah, I wish I could do some shit like that, right?
A.K.A. Compton Dago.
Man, that's fatherhood at its best. You feel me? I got a cousin in Texas, Roderick, man. Sent his kids to college. I'm impressed with shit like that. That's telling me this is in our genes. We only do what we talk. You know what I mean? every game back from me to Turtleman, man, our lifestyle was our parents' nightmare. That was not the dream they had for us. This is just the lifestyle we chose to live. We tried to live it the best way we know how to
Best
live.
on the environment. It was the environment.
No.
Give it to me then.
My environment is a product of me. I'm not a product of my environment. If that was the case, it wouldn't be no professional, nothing come out of our communities.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's just, we all chose our path. God wakes
Absolutely.
you up every day and he give you a choice. Even though he already know what our destiny
We're responsible
is
for our own disposition.
And that's, we chose to live this. I was a kid that was always, I tell my girl this all the time, I was attracted to the streets. I idolized dudes like Al Capone, Lucky Luciano, and him. I was just attracted to this gangster shit. Now, do I regret being who I become? Hell no, because I'm becoming somebody I love today. I love me. Though nobody else got to love me. As long as I love myself, I'm all right.
Yeah,
But I can't nobody else love me if I don't know how to love myself, because I don't know how to utilize or transmit love if I don't know how to love myself.
We fashion the life we have with our own two hands, Bam. With that being said, man, I don't want to, you know what I mean, because I know there's always more to cover.
Yeah.
And we having a great day today. We celebrating this well, I'm gonna say it a holiday because it's our day as men, as Damu's keyways and essays, you know, fathers. We're not just limited to one thing. We're various things and many things. So to limit us to just one simple thing is unfair to us as men, because we created things, we've been things, we speak life, and we also have taken life, but we're willing to stand accountable for whatever it is. With that being said, Bam, Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman, I got my boy Bam here. Man, Bam is the phenomenal of the internet. Man, make sure y'all understand, Bam is the phenomenal of the internet. Bam. He got it. We out, man. Professor Melly Mel. You like to say anything before we go out, Bam?
Every black man on earth have a lovely day. Don't let nothing deter you from your goal of spending time with your kids today.
Be sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell so you can get these videos when they drop. And just give us a love. Drop us a comment. Bam love reading y'all comments. I'm telling you, he read every last one of them.
For real.
He don't miss a one.
Tap in.